Have you ever sat in a quiet room and felt the silence was heavier than the walls around you? As we grow older, life changes in ways we never expected. Children become busy, friends move away or pass on, and suddenly the days feel longer, the nights feel colder. Loneliness is not just an empty house, it is the weight in the heart that whispers, "You are alone." But the truth is, you are not alone, and in this video we will explore gentle ways to find comfort, rebuild connection, and bring back joy into everyday life. As we grow older, many of us begin to notice a quiet change in our daily lives. What once felt full of voices, laughter, and activity can slowly become more silent. This is one of the reasons loneliness often appears in old age. It is not only about being alone in a house, it is about the feeling that the world around us has moved forward, while we are left behind. One of the biggest reasons is family. Children grow up, start their own lives, and take on responsibilities that keep them busy. They still care, but they may not have the time to visit often, and this distance can make parents and grandparents feel forgotten. The home that was once crowded can suddenly feel too big and too quiet. Another reason is friends. Over the years, friends drift apart, move to different places, or sadly pass away. Those daily talks, those small visits, the comfort of knowing someone close understands you, can disappear. Without these connections, it is easy to feel isolated even if people are nearby. Health also plays a role. As the body changes, it may not be as easy to go out, join activities, or travel. Some people begin to avoid gatherings because of physical limits, or because they feel embarrassed about needing help. This can slowly reduce social contact and increase the feeling of being alone. Society itself can add to the problem. In a world that values speed, technology, and constant change, older people may feel invisible. Conversations may pass by too quickly, and younger people may not always stop to listen. Feeling unheard or overlooked can create deep sadness, even if family and friends are present. Loneliness in old age is not a personal failure, it is a natural result of life's changes. Understanding these reasons is important because it reminds us that feeling this way is normal, and many others share the same experience. When we know why loneliness happens, we can begin to find ways to gently heal it, step by step, and bring connection back into our hearts. Loneliness may seem harmless at first, just a quiet day or an empty evening. But when it stays for weeks, months, or even years, it begins to affect both the heart and the body in deep ways. It is not only about emotions, it is about health, energy, and the will to keep living fully. The first harm is emotional. Long-lasting loneliness can lead to sadness that feels heavier each day. When there is no one to talk to, no one to share small joys or worries with, the mind can turn inward. Thoughts may become darker, hope may feel weaker, and the risk of depression can grow. It is a slow weight, but it can be very hard to carry. The second harm is to sleep. People who feel lonely often struggle to rest. Nights feel longer, the mind stays awake, and the body cannot fully relax. Poor sleep affects memory, mood, and overall energy. Over time, this makes it harder to enjoy the simple things that bring peace. The third harm is physical health. Research shows that chronic loneliness can raise blood pressure, weaken the immune system, and increase the risk of heart disease. The body reacts to loneliness like it does to stress, releasing chemicals that are harmful if they stay too long. A person may start to feel weaker, and illness may come more often. The fourth harm is memory and thinking. When there is little social contact, the brain does not get the same level of stimulation. Simple conversations, laughter, or problem-solving with others keep the mind active. Without this, the risk of memory loss or confusion can rise, and the person may feel less confident. Finally, loneliness can shorten life. Studies suggest that being lonely for many years can be as harmful as smoking or obesity. It reduces motivation to eat well, exercise, or take medicine on time. Without purpose or connection, each day may feel less meaningful, and that can affect the will to live longer. Understanding these harms is important, not to create fear, but to remind us that loneliness is a real health issue. It is not something to ignore or accept as normal. By facing it and by learning ways to rebuild connection, we can protect both the heart and the body, and create more years filled with peace and joy. 1. Reconnect with family. One of the most powerful ways to ease loneliness in old age is to reconnect with family. Family is not just blood, it is the circle of people who share memories, love, and history with us. Yet, as life moves forward, it is easy to feel distance. Children grow up, they build careers, they raise their own families, and time becomes short. Parents or grandparents may wait in silence, hoping for a call, a visit, or even a simple message. When it does not come, the heart feels heavy. But the truth is, connection can be rebuilt, and it often starts with one small step. The first step is to be open and honest. Instead of waiting quietly, share your feelings with your loved ones. A gentle conversation can change everything. Saying, "I miss hearing your voice," or "I would love to see you more often," is not a burden, it is a reminder of love. Most children and grandchildren do not mean to neglect their elders, they are simply caught in the busyness of life. When you speak openly, you give them a chance to remember and to respond with care. The second step is to use the tools available today. Technology, once strange and new, can now be a bridge. A video call, even if only 5 minutes long, can light up the day. Seeing the smile of a child, hearing the laughter of a grandchild, can chase away hours of silence. Learning to use a phone or computer may feel difficult at first, but it is worth it because it opens doors to daily connection. The third step is to create traditions, even small ones. For example, choose one day each week for a family dinner, or one evening for a phone call. Traditions give everyone something to look forward to, and they strengthen the bond that might feel weak. Even if distance makes visits rare, regular contact by phone or online can still bring warmth. The fourth step is to give, not only to wait. Share stories from the past, cook a favorite meal, or offer gentle advice when asked. When elders share wisdom, children feel closer, and the relationship grows stronger. Family connection is not only about receiving, it is also about giving, and the exchange keeps the bond alive. Finally, forgive small gaps. There will be times when family members forget to call or cannot visit. Instead of holding anger, choose patience. Love grows stronger when it is built on understanding, not resentment. Reconnecting with family does not require grand gestures. It is built from small calls, shared meals, honest words, and patient hearts. By reaching out first, by opening the door with kindness, loneliness begins to fade. In its place, warmth returns, reminding us that family is still near, still loving, and still the foundation of our joy. 2. Keep old friendships, build new ones. Friendship is one of the greatest treasures of life, and in old age it becomes even more valuable. While family gives us love and care, friends bring laughter, shared stories, and the comfort of being understood. Yet as time passes, friendships may fade. People move to different places, health problems limit visits, and sometimes we lose dear friends forever. This loss can deepen the feeling of loneliness. But the good news is, it is never too late to keep old friendships alive, and to open the heart to new ones. The first step is to reconnect with friends from the past. A simple phone call can bring back memories that feel warm and familiar. Writing a letter, sending a message, or asking about their health can reignite a bond that has been quiet for years. Old friends often carry the same history, the same jokes, and the same understanding. Just hearing a familiar voice can make the heart lighter, and remind us that we are not walking this path alone. The second step is to invest in friendships that are still present. If you have a neighbor who greets you kindly, or a fellow member in a local group, spend more time with them. Share a cup of tea, go for a short walk, or simply sit and talk. Friendship does not always need big plans. Sometimes the smallest moments create the strongest bonds. The third step is to be open to new friends. Age should never close the door to meeting people. Joining a senior club, a religious group, or a community class can lead to wonderful connections. Whether it is singing in a choir, planting in a garden group, or learning something new, shared activities naturally bring people closer. Every smile, every shared laugh, can slowly turn strangers into friends. Another step is to give as much as you receive. Friendship is not only about having someone to talk to, it is also about listening, supporting, and caring. When you show interest in others, ask about their lives, and offer kindness, the bond grows stronger. This act of giving love often brings back even more love in return. Finally, do not let fear of rejection stop you. Some people may be busy, others may not respond, but that does not mean you are not worthy of connection. Keep reaching out, keep trying, and soon you will find those who value your presence. Keeping old friendships alive and building new ones is a gentle medicine for loneliness. It reminds us that love is not limited by age, that joy can still be found in shared laughter, and that the heart is never too old to welcome new connections. With friends by your side, every day feels a little brighter and every step feels a little lighter. 3. Join community activities. Community is more than a place, it is the feeling of belonging. For older adults who face loneliness, joining community activities can be one of the most healing steps. Being part of a group brings energy, purpose, and connection. It reminds us that we are still needed, still valued, and still able to give and receive joy. The first step is to look for activities that match your interests. Some people enjoy singing, others like gardening, reading, or dancing. Many towns and neighborhoods offer clubs, senior centers, or faith-based groups. Attending one event can open the door to many friendships. You do not need to join everything, just one or two activities that feel natural. The second step is to take part regularly. Loneliness often grows in silence, but community grows in repetition. When people see you often, trust and comfort develop. A weekly choir, a monthly book club, or a daily walk with neighbors can create a rhythm that fills the days with meaning. Regular contact builds bonds, and bonds reduce loneliness. The third step is to give something of yourself. Share your story, bring a dish to a gathering, or volunteer your time. Community is not just about receiving support, it is also about giving. When older adults contribute, they feel proud and others see their value. This exchange creates a sense of belonging that goes far beyond casual meetings. Another step is to try something new. Learning a skill, such as painting, yoga, or using technology, keeps the mind active and makes it easier to connect with others who are learning too. Trying something new may feel strange at first, but it brings fresh excitement, and often leads to unexpected friendships. Faith communities can also be a great source of support. Attending services, joining a prayer group, or participating in charity work can bring deep comfort. Spiritual connection often leads to strong human connection, and the feeling of being part of something greater than oneself. For those who cannot leave the house easily, many communities now offer online activities. Virtual clubs, online classes, and video meetups are not the same as being face-to-face, but they still provide conversation, laughter, and shared experiences. Even from home, it is possible to belong. Joining community activities does not erase loneliness overnight, but it gently replaces empty hours with meaningful ones. It transforms isolation into connection, and silence into shared voices. Every handshake, every smile, every small role in a group builds a stronger sense of purpose. By stepping into the community, older adults discover that they are not alone, they are part of a larger family, one that brings light to their days and comfort to their hearts. Take care of yourself. Taking care of yourself is one of the most gentle, yet most powerful ways to overcome loneliness in old age. When you care for your body, your mind, and your spirit, you build strength from within. This strength makes it easier to connect with others, to enjoy daily life, and to face each day with hope. Self-care is not selfish, it is a gift you give yourself, and it creates the energy needed to share love with others. The first step is caring for the body. Eat meals that are simple, healthy, and colorful. Fresh fruits, vegetables, grains, and a little protein can make you feel stronger. Drink enough water, avoid too much sugar or heavy food, and listen to what your body tells you. When the body feels nourished, the heart feels lighter. Movement is also important. Gentle exercise like walking, stretching, or yoga keeps the body flexible and the mind calm. Even 10 minutes in the morning can change the way the whole day feels. Exercise releases natural chemicals that lift the mood, and it helps reduce stress. Over time, it also improves sleep, which is often disturbed by loneliness. The second step is caring for the mind. Reading books, solving puzzles, or learning new skills keeps the brain active. A curious mind feels alive, and it is less likely to sink into sadness. Some people find joy in learning technology, others enjoy writing or simply keeping a journal. These activities remind you that growth never stops, no matter the age. The third step is caring for the spirit. This may mean prayer, meditation, or quiet time in nature. Sitting under a tree, watching the sunrise, or breathing slowly can bring deep peace. Spiritual care creates balance, and it helps release the heavy weight of loneliness. For many, it is the anchor that keeps them steady in difficult times. Another step is treating yourself with kindness. Speak to yourself as you would to a dear friend. Instead of saying, "I am useless," try, "I am worthy of love." Instead of focusing on what is lost, focus on what remains. A shift in words creates a shift in feelings, and gentle words heal the heart. Finally, do not forget joy. Play music you love, cook a favorite meal, or take a short trip to a place that makes you smile. Small joys add up, and they remind you that life still holds beauty. When you take care of yourself, you build a safe space inside your own heart. Loneliness may still knock on the door, but it cannot stay long, because you have filled your life with strength, peace, and kindness. Self-care is the foundation of happiness, and from that foundation, connection with others becomes easier and brighter. 5. Have a pet or grow plants. Companionship does not always have to come from people. Sometimes, the warm presence of a pet or the quiet beauty of a plant can bring comfort and ease loneliness. Caring for another living being creates purpose, and it gives each day a gentle rhythm. For older adults, pets and plants can become loyal friends, bringing joy, love, and peace. The first path is keeping a pet. A dog or a cat offers unconditional love. They do not judge, they do not rush, they simply stay close. A dog will wag its tail when you walk through the door, a cat will curl up on your lap, and in those moments the silence of loneliness fades. Feeding, grooming, and talking to a pet may seem small, but these daily acts create connection and meaning. Pets also encourage movement. Walking a dog brings fresh air, gentle exercise, and often leads to friendly chats with neighbors. If a large pet feels too difficult, smaller pets like birds or fish can still bring joy. Watching a bird sing or seeing fish glide peacefully in water gives the heart calmness. Even these simple companions remind us that we are not alone, we are sharing life with another creature. The second path is growing plants. Plants are quiet friends, but they also bring life into a home. Caring for a flower, watering a tree, or watching a small seed become green gives a sense of hope. Each day you see growth, you feel part of something bigger. Plants also create beauty, and their presence makes a house feel warmer, brighter, and more alive. Gardening, even on a small balcony, can be very healing. Touching the soil, smelling the flowers, and feeling the sun are all gentle ways to connect with nature. Nature has a way of calming the mind and reducing stress. It also gives a reason to step outside, which is important for both physical and emotional health. Another benefit of pets and plants is routine. Loneliness often grows in empty time, but feeding a pet, watering plants, or walking in the garden creates structure. Routine builds purpose, and purpose reduces the feeling of emptiness. Finally, both pets and plants can spark conversation. A neighbor may stop to ask about your dog or admire your flowers. These small interactions can lead to friendships, and slowly, a community begins to form around shared interests. Choosing to care for a pet or a plant is choosing connection. It is a gentle way to bring life, love, and responsibility back into the day. Even in moments when people are not present, the heart feels less alone. With every wagging tail, every blooming flower, and every breath of fresh air, loneliness gives way to companionship, and the home fills again with warmth. Loneliness in old age can feel heavy, but it does not have to define the rest of life. Every quiet day, every long night, can be changed by one small choice. A phone call, a visit to a friend, a walk in the park, or even planting a flower can begin to open the heart again. Change does not need to be fast, it only needs to be steady, and each step brings more light. Remember, you are not alone in this journey. Many people of your age in many places feel the same weight. By reaching out, by sharing your story, you give others courage too. Connection is not only for the young, it is for every age, and it grows stronger when we choose it. Family, friends, community, self-care, pets, and plants, these are not just ideas, they are doors. Each one opens to a different kind of love, a different kind of joy. All you need to do is choose a door and take the first step. So, if loneliness has been whispering to you, answer back with action. Call someone you miss, join one activity, or start caring for a small plant. Let today be the day you begin again. You deserve peace, you deserve joy, and you deserve love. Age does not take those away, it only reminds us to look for them with new eyes. The heart is never too old to feel connected, and the soul is never too late to feel alive again. If this video touched your heart, please give it a like, it helps more people find this message. I would love to hear from you, so share your thoughts or experiences in the comments below. Your story may inspire someone else. And don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss the next videos filled with comfort, care, and practical tips for a happier life.